Okay, so after 1 week of being on a ketogenic diet, what have I learned? So, number one, keto isn't actually that hard. It's not as daunting as I thought it would be. So when I was reading all the reviews and I was looking at all the advice and I was watching some of the YouTube videos, it becomes mind-boggling. It's not that hard. So top line things you need to do: keep your carbs under 30 grams a day. Ideally, you want it to be fibre in terms of the carbs you're having, any carbs you do have. Your protein is around maybe 20% of your macros. If you're recording it using something like MyFitnessPal, that's a good idea, by the way. Yeah, maybe about 20%, ideally about 15%. That leads me on to step 2 of what I've learned, which is to increase the fat that you're having. So you might have an idea of what your diet layout's going to be. You might have an idea of a meal plan. You might have some thoughts on the sorts of things you're going to eat. Just make sure you're having enough fats. It stands to reason. It's a common mistake, from what I understand. People kind of take carbs out of the equation. They replace it with fat to an extent, but not to the extent that's required. I mean, let's be honest. Your body needs the fuel. You're instructing your body to switch from glucose to fat as its fuel. So if you're not eating enough fats, then you're not giving your body enough fuel. There's not enough there to actually burn up and use for energy. That's why people constantly talk about having a lack of energy. You hear about the anecdotal stories of people saying, oh, I've started a keto diet and I've got no energy. That's why they're not giving the body enough fuel. So make sure you're having enough. Do your research, check it, and make sure you're tracking it and recording how much fat you're getting each day. Step 3 is organisation. I've fallen foul of this already, really. So organisation is key. What do I mean by that? I mean you need at least a basic meal plan, at least an idea of what a meal plan is going to look like. I did that for the first few days, dead organised, and it was simple. It was a walkover. It was dead easy. Over the weekend, it's actually not been as easy. I've managed it okay, but I was on full-time dad duty with my little boy this weekend, and cooking meals for him is obviously easy. That's an easy job. But then cooking meals for me and making sure I've got all the right ingredients to hand and making sure I don't need to go to the shop for any last minute bits and pieces. The minute you add in any complications like a small child, that becomes a nightmare. I had to make some I had to wing it a little bit this weekend, just because there were a couple of things that I'd left to the last minute or hadn't quite planned out perfectly. And what it meant was that I either went without because I didn't want to knock myself out of ketosis, or I had to wing it. Which brings me on to the final point: snacks. Make sure you've got some snacks to hand. So I've been working out every day since I've been doing this, the keto program. And at first I felt full, I felt fine, I was quite happy. But over the last couple of days, obviously my metabolism's starting to kick in a little bit because of the workouts. What I found is that I'm getting hungry toward the tail end of the evening before bed. And again, what you don't want is to be caught hungry. You've done so well, and then you just snap and you end up having a binge and you ruin it all and you have to start all over again. So make sure you've got some snacks. Make sure you've got something that you can have when you're hungry, when you're hungry unexpectedly. So last night I had to wing it. I had some goat cheese, I had some peanut butter, and I had some celery sticks, which sounds a little weird. It was actually pretty nice. I was kind of surprised, but that said, I've taken the note. I did get caught out a little bit. So this week I'm doing my food shop. I'm going to make sure I've got more things in the cupboards for snacks. I'm going to plan a little better. I'm going to plan the full week of meal plans. Last week I kind of did maybe half the week, and I had enough ingredients, or so I thought I'd have enough ingredients in the cupboard to just make it up as I go along. Now, I got away with it. I have got away with it a little bit, but I need to be more organised, and that's the lesson I'm going to take. And that's it. That's the first 5 little pointers for you based on my first week. Again, feeling fine, workout's going well, diet is going well. I just need to be more organised, and that's my plan moving forward. I'll update you again shortly. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye bye.